Amen. We thank God again for daughters of Zion. Come on, help me thank God for that. Amen. Obviously, to be with mothers of Zion, I guess you must have a hat. Amen. You must have a uniform. You must have a hat. Amen. Y'all wear them hats, mothers. Y'all wear them hats. I love them hats. That reminds me of old church right there. Amen. We thank God for you. Amen. Amen. You got to have a certain anointing to wear a hat. Amen. And have it look good. Amen. And it didn't fall off either while y'all were moving. I saw you. Yes, sir. Amen. God bless you. Amen. We just thank God for all of you. Thank God for you. Amen. God bless you. Amen. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Amen. 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 Good to see you in God's house. It's good to be in the house of the Lord. Amen. We thank God for all of you. Amen. I see some faces I haven't seen in a while. And amen. I'm excited. We thank God for you. Amen. Thank God for you. We just glad. Amen. And we just glad for you to be here. Amen. It's good to be in the house of the Lord. Amen. Amen. We just thank God. Amen. I've been working from a series called It's Bigger Than You. I've been working from that series. Amen. But I'm on a side road. When I start these series, I'm on a thoroughfare, like a highway, and then every now and then I get pulled over to the side. Amen. We started talking because in this series of messages, we were talking about 5 steps. We've been talking about 5 steps on the journey. We've been talking about how God has all of us. Amen. He has all of us in a process. Amen. Who saved you here? Amen. Who saved? Wait, if you saved. Amen. If you saved, God gives you a vision and shows you your path. Life is not a series of unfortunate events. Amen. But God speaks. Amen. Thank God for the hymn today. The hymn said, He walks with me. Didn't y'all sing that? Did I hear y'all sing that? It says something. What? He walks with me. He what? Talks with me. Amen. Yes. See, that's vision. And then prayer, because to get to the place, the destination, you got to stay in constant communication with God. And then we talk about warfare. Everybody say warfare. We talk about warfare. The enemy's going to rise up against you. Amen. The enemy's going to rise up against you whenever you're doing something for God. And then we said there's a 4th step, 911. Everybody say 911. Oh, yeah, we know what that is, emergencies. And then, let me hear you say deliverance. Oh, yes. We go through seasons of deliverance, seasons of testing, but then God comes in and He rescues us. You here today because somewhere God rescued you. Amen. You've been in trouble. Come on, I wish somebody would say something. You've been in trouble in your life, and then you called on God, and He will have a witness here. God rescued you. Amen. All right. That's what we got. But I'm on the side road right now. I'm stuck here with warfare. We've been talking about warfare. We've been talking about spiritual warfare. Amen. And I'm on a side road right now, and I got to go where the Lord takes me. Amen. So He took me over to Matthew chapter 13. Because we've been talking about spiritual warfare. And I think it's profitable for us to talk about spiritual warfare. As I talked to the saints, I heard a few saints talk about how, they've experienced some fiery darts. And a couple of other saints said, no, Pastor, it wasn't fiery darts, it was fiery harpoon. Amen. God bless you. I understand. Amen. Well, it's profitable for us to talk about this. Amen. We do 2, I believe, and I've been doing this a while now, we focus a little bit too much on praising God and victory, amen, but we got to do a better job of teaching saints how to endure, teaching saints how to weather the storm. You know what to do when the check comes. You know what to do when the healing comes. Amen. We don't have to teach you that. Amen. But it's how to endure. The Bible says endure hardship. 2 Timothy says endure hardship. Amen. We got to do a little bit better job of that. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about. We've been talking about spiritual warfare. So I'm going to this classic parable. Where Jesus, He teaches here. He teaches in a parable. And it's a classic parable. Many of you heard about it. Amen. This is one of those classic texts. Deaconess Kim, there's a lot of Bible to everybody here today. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful because that's where Jesus said, in old church, Sunday school, y'all remember the wheat and the tare? Y'all remember that Sunday school? Amen. Well, but in our translation, and for those of you that are new, amen, we have translations. See, a translation is not a different Bible. It's a translation of, you only got one. You only got one. That's the original, the Hebrew, the Greek, the Aramaic. That's traditionally called the King James Version. So the NIV, the New King James, and the NLT, and the all these others, they're translations. Because we don't talk, we don't say thee and thou anymore. Amen. So it's a translation. Is that all right? Amen. So what we discovered here is that Jesus is teaching, and he talks about the wheat and the tare, or it's also called weeds. Everybody say weeds. Mm-hmm. And Jesus is teaching a parable. How many of y'all heard about parables before? Wave your hand. Parables. Amen. Amen. Cities and I, come on now. Y'all make me look good. Don't embarrass me. Because I've taught y'all this a whole lot of times. Amen. I'm scared to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. What is a parable? A parable is yeah, make me look good. I get it. You can put that on YouTube, amen, when we're editing, because if y'all embarrass me, I was going to edit that out. Amen. But y'all made me look good, so I'm all right. A parable is an earthly story. You might want to write that down somewhere. A parable is an earthly story. Dietrich Jesus used a lot of parables. He used a lot of parables. He was a teacher. So to illustrate, to talk about heaven, he had to take things from the earth to illustrate the point. So he used earthly things, an earthly story with a heavenly meaning. To explain the kingdom, Jesus gave this parable. Now, we read the parable in your hearing. I don't have to read over it because we read it in your hearing. That's verses 24 down to verse 30. The thing I love about Christianity is not too complicated for us to pick up. Did you hear what I said? Couldn't be no Muslim, couldn't be no head Christian. Amen. See, I don't need something complicated, too complicated. Christianity is not too complicated. If there's something I don't understand, all you got to do is ask God and he'll explain. Amen. Well, I don't understand the parable, Pastor Strong. I don't understand the parable. Amen. Let's get the explanation. Look at verse 36. You can turn this down a little bit. Just a little bit. Look at verse 36. NIV Bible, what's your subtitle say there, verse 36? What's your subtitle say? I can't hear you. Talk to me, NIV. What's your subtitle say? The parable is what? Parable of the wheat is what? Explain. Isn't that wonderful? Amen. He explains the hidden truths of the parable. Just in case it went over your head. Sometimes I read the Bible and it goes over my head. Amen. But here it is. God is good. So here Jesus explains what the parable means. Let's look at it. Then he left the crowd and went into the house. His disciples came to him and said, explain to us the parable of the weeds in the field. Verse 37, he answered, the one who sowed the good seed is who? Is who? Everybody say Jesus. All right, that's good. We got that one. The field is the what? The field is the church? The field is the church? No. And that's why I've heard preachers get up and make a fool of themselves and make a mistake. The field is not the church. The field is the what now? The world. Yes, sir. Amen. But we still got to deal with this reality. Amen. In the church, you have, amen. And we're not going to blow past this because Jesus took some time, amen, to talk about this. He said, hold up, this is serious now. In the church, you got saint and sinner right there. I'm intrigued, I'm arrested by this as a pastor. I'm intrigued, I'm arrested by this as a pastor. Amen. I was talking to Bishop Alfred Owens here a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about it. He said, yes, son. He said, you know we're in the falling away, don't you? I said, yes, sir, Bishop. I'm glad to hear you say it down there on Rhode Island Avenue in Washington, D.C., because I see it up here in Laurel, Maryland. He said, yes, sir, it's all over the kingdom. We're in the falling away. He said, but the good news is that means Jesus is coming back. Because Thessalonians says before his return, there's got to be. Everything's in divine order. It really is. Everything's in divine order. But there's got to be that God's word is true. Whether you believe it or not, it's true. There's got to be a great falling away, amen, before his return. So we have to deal with this dilemma. You got the saint and the sinner. Now in the church, you got, let me work on this just for a minute. Amen. In the church, you have sinners. You got sinners, amen. You got sinners, amen. And the reason, again, that God tells us don't put sinners out, you see, you can mess around and dismiss the wrong people. You can mess around and identify the wrong people. Amen. You got sinners in church. Everybody say sinners. Amen. 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 See, but see, if you were to go and so we're going to get rid of all the sinners, you might mess around and throw out a babe in Christ. You might mess around and throw away a babe in Christ. For those of you that write notes, I wish you write that down. Babe in Christ. 1 Corinthians chapter 3. I'm going to come back and talk about that. A babe in Christ. See, the problem with a babe in Christ, Sister Yolanda, is saved, but they don't look saved. I'm going to come back to that. The problem with a babe in Christ is saved, but they don't look saved. Paul said, you're acting like a pagan. He says, if I look at you quick, if I look at you, I don't see no difference. He said, you're acting as a mere man. Amen. But then also in church, under the same category, you got, look at neighbor, if they not mad or crazy this morning, ask them this one, can you see, how your vision, is it 2020? But you know what this is going to take? See, this is going to take a spiritual eye. This is going to take a spirit. Hold up, I'm going to say a word some of y'all ain't never heard of before. This is going to take some discernment. Oh, yeah. This is going to take, amen. See, because what a lot of you get caught up with makeup. A lot of you get caught. My mother, she taught me when I was coming up and we were courting and stuff like that. She said, come here, boy, let me show you how to tell a woman's true hair color. When I'm saying talk to y'all, I'll be looking at you. How many of you know you can tell? Amen. Now let me roll back. Amen. The Bible says the tree is. You know there's some parts you can't color. You do. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm trying not to let you. Let me focus. We should come on back. Amen. Jesus didn't say that wheat could not be identified. He didn't say it couldn't be identified. Amen. But see, in the early stages, the wheat and the tare, when it's growing up, it's identical. See, but if you read the text, you saw it in the text. Matthew 13:26 says, Matthew 13, is that what we are? 13, we in 13, right? Matthew 13. Keep your Bible open, y'all. Give me a couple more minutes. Amen. 13:26. When the wheat sprouted and formed what? NIV, when the wheat sprouted and formed what? King James, y'all here? Help me with verse 26, King James. Help me with verse 26. But when, and brought what? Highlight, circle, underline that. And brought forth what? Then appeared the what? Also. But watch this. Two of them came up, but you know what? Only one of them bore fruit. Good God Almighty. Only one of them bore fruit. Yeah. You can tell the wheat and the tare apart now. Problem is, a lot of us, we make the judgment call too early. Make it too soon. Oh yeah, the wheat and the tare, it can be identified. Everybody say fruit. Matthew chapter 12. Just go to the chapter right before that. Matthew chapter 12. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Lord. Yes. Saint and sinner sitting right next to one another. See, but in the church, first thing we're supposed to do is identify. We don't throw people away. We don't condemn nobody. Amen. First thing we're supposed to do is identify. Come on, say identify. Leaders, I'm talking to you especially. Matthew chapter 12, verse 33. Come on, say identify. Look at verse 33. Is that where we are? Verse 33? Make a tree good and its fruit. That sound right? Is that 33? Make a tree good and its fruit will be what? Make a tree bad and its fruit will be what? For a tree is what? King James, you just give me that hook right there. For the tree is known. Highlight, circle, underline that. Highlight so the devil is a liar. You can know. And that's what disturbs a lot of people. Amen. Yes, yes, yes. You can be identified. My creepers, my hell-raising creepers, they hate this verse. Hate this verse. The apostate hates this verse. The backslider hates this verse. Because you can be identified. A tree is known. Thank you, Holy Spirit. A tree is known. How? By its fruit. Don't stop there. Don't stop there. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You're supposed to. Yeah, verse 34. You brood of vipers. How can you who are evil say anything good? For out of the overflow of the, come on, talk to me. For out of the overflow of the what? The what? Watch this, watch this. Amen. A tree is known by its fruit. Who's saved in here? Wave your hand if you're saved. Amen. Amen. And praise God for you. Amen. 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 And because you are saved, there's fruit, there's evidence in your life. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Amen. Has God, let me ask that question again. Has God saved anybody in here? Has he saved anybody here? What that means is there's fruit, there's evidence in your life. If you saved, that means the Holy Spirit lives on the inside of you. Is that right? Have we ever taught on that before? Is that right? That means Holy Spirit. I like preaching, but I like coming teaching them. We're going to teach you. Come to church with your Bible. Come to church with your Bible. Put the popcorn away. This ain't the movie. Because this is a class. Amen. Teaching them. Didesco. Didesco means to make disciples. To make disciples. To make disciples. To make Jesus had disciples, followers. They came behind him. John the Baptist had followers. They followed. Isaiah in the Old Testament, he had followers. We need to connect. Come on, say connect. Come on, connect. Come on. We need to connect. Amen. You can't catch. Some things are caught, but some things are taught, but more things are caught. Some things are taught. Amen. But just being with. You know, Christianity is contagious. It's contagious. That's what God designed it. It's contagious. And you'll catch. But we need to connect. We got to spend some time together. What are we going to do with sinners, Pastor Strong? We're going to make disciples out of it. Then Ephesians chapter, that's Matthew 28, then Ephesians chapter 4. Amen. And see, because here in the church, you got pastors and teachers and apostles and evangelists. Some of y'all heard that before. Amen. To go for the perfecting of the saints. Amen. To prepare them for the work of the ministry. Amen. We're not going to throw people away. Amen. I need some more dancers. I can't throw nobody away. I need some more ushers. Amen. I need some more praise and worship. Amen. There are gifts sitting out here. I said there are gifts sitting out here. Amen. I need some more workers. God is calling. His gifts and his callings are without repentance. God didn't make a mistake when he gave it to you. God didn't make a mistake when he gave it to you. He wants it back now. He wants you to get off the pole and get on the banner. He wants you off the pole and get the banner. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. This is where it started. Amen. Prepare them for work. Prepare them. Amen. What are we going to do with these sinners? What are we going to do with them?